Hey guys, welcome back to Libby's Lounge Patreon edition, where we are going to do a life update for February. It is a little late. I apologize. I got busy at work and then I got food poisoning. So that's been a lot of fun. We are back in the studio. This is the first time in like 2 months I've set up the studio. So this is kind of a big deal. It's not even hard to set up. My husband did an amazing job of making like curtains that just slide into place. You hang the thing up and you're good to go. It's just been a lot of effort mentally to get back into the studio, but I am glad to be here. So let's do some writing updates first and foremost. I told you guys in January I had a breakthrough at the beginning of Reaper. I had a breakthrough for a part of Reaper as well, but for book 6, they kind of collide, and I'm very excited about it. So this usually happens where like I get stuck, I'm not writing anything, and then I have a couple aha moments when I'm doing nothing else, like in the shower or driving. I was listening to Taylor Swift's Father Figure when I had this breakthrough. I'll just leave that nugget there for you. And it's everything's coming together. So when I finally sit down to write like hours of writing, I think it's going to be smooth sailing, which is a really good feeling because sometimes I'm like, I don't know what we're writing, but I know what we're writing now. I just have to sit down and get in the zone. I did fall behind on some of my Patreon stuff and on my writing stuff because I did have that migraine and then I got sick because life is fantastic. And I have not been getting up at 4 a.m. Because we haven't been going to bed till like 11 and I have to be up at 5 for work. I'm hoping that I can reverse that a little bit at the end of this month and then get back into getting up at 4 a.m. because I did feel very productive getting some words on the page in the morning. So those are my writing updates. Reading. I could not get into The Woman in the Window, the book that I had. I don't have it in here with me, but I tried and I couldn't get into it. So it's back on the shelf as a DNF for right now. Will I pick it back up? It probably will not be on my top of my list to pick back up. But I did give it a try. I did finish The Women by Kristen Hanna, and that, like I predicted, was it was phenomenal when I was reading it halfway through. There was a couple parts near the end where I was like, don't ruin this. But I see why she chose choices she did, and I'm happy with them. They were story congruent and like, okay, probably the best book of the year so far, which is not saying much because I've only read 2. But no, it's a top book for me for the last few years for sure. Like, definitely love that book. I'm currently reading Poppy Wars on audio and nothing else. I do have a physical book and I can't remember the name of it, but it's out on the shelf and I'll put it in the comments of what I'm reading. It's a book club book again this month that I'm going to miss book club because we're going to Sapporo, but that's what I'm reading. Life. What is our life update? My son had taken us to Pineapple Park, which was so much fun. We haven't been there in years. I think the last time we were there was when the kids were babies, the first time we were here in Okinawa, and they've definitely did like remodeling and upgrades, and it was a blast. They had some really good like pineapple wine. So I had a good time going and learning about pineapples on like this train. I don't know, whatever. It was good. If you come to Okinawa, you should go to Pineapple Park, and that's all I'm going to say about it. Our next trip, our skiing trip that I talked about last month, is happening on Friday. We are leaving in a few days to go to Sapporo. Expect a lot of posts because perfect time for like selfies and marketing things like I did when I went and hiked Mount Rainier. So I am really excited for like the change of scenery. It's going to be freaking cold. It's like 0 degrees out. So I'm not excited about that, but I am excited because my husband has planned this amazing detail oriented, also marketing like SWA thing going on. He's so supportive and it's amazing. So I'm going to let him take over the marketing for the weekend and make some really cool videos. So I'm excited to share those with you because like we've already started setting up for them. I'm excited. I cannot wait until we get there so I can show them all to you. And then I also started back in jujitsu. So 2 weeks ago, my son and I started back in jujitsu, and I was so nervous. When I tell you I was terrified to step back on the mats as a woman, purple belt, who hasn't trained in a year and a half, that is not a joke. Because there's this perception of if you were a female purple belt, then you were pretty badass. And am I badass? I'd like to think so, but I also haven't been training in a year and a half. And there's also sometimes a mindset in gyms that, like, if it's an upper belt, male or female, you just got to crush them to prove that you are good enough to crush, a purple belt, which I understand. Okay, I understand it. But me, an almost 40-year-old petite woman, going with men who are 2 times my size in peak athleticism at like 25 years old, my dude, you should be able to kill me. Like, you should be able to. The fact that I give you a really hard time, props to me. Props to me. But no, the gym was fantastic. There was no gunning for my throat, which was really nice because I was very worried about that. I love the culture. I love the instructor. So I got back on the mats. I was able to handle some people, and it was good. So I'm glad to be back. I was not as sore as I expected to be, which is good because I was trying really hard not to overdo it. I'm old now. Okay, I'm not old, but I'm definitely not as young as I used to be, so healing does not come as quickly. So I will keep you guys updated. I actually did not take any photos or videos. Usually I'll snap a selfie at a new gym, and I didn't because I was locked in on training. And then when it's time to go, my son's like, Mom, let's go. So I will get some videos and pictures for you guys eventually. I may have to drag my husband along to get some videos, but we will do that. The only other update I have for you guys is for the merch shop, Libby's Lounge book and merch shop. I'm conflicted a little bit on this, but I am thinking about shutting it down for a little while. The only problem is I won't be able to directly sell my paperbacks. I'm pretty sure I can figure out a way to finagle to get the ebooks and audiobooks up on my website. But the paperbacks is really why I use Shopify and I have that huge merch shop, because I want to be able to sell paperbacks as well. However, the Shopify does cost money every month to run it, and then BookFunnel, where my ebooks and audiobooks go through, also costs money. And since I haven't been marketing as hard and I'm working on getting more readers, the cost benefit right now is not where I would like it to be. So I'm really contemplating shutting it down for just a few months to kind of revamp it and kind of refigure how I can get the books out for the most cost-effective way for me and for you guys. So if you want anything in the merch shop, I'd go get it now. Go look at it. I'm going to post up the coupon in the next couple of days here. And then it'll probably be shut down in March is what I'm thinking. I'll keep you guys updated on that if I find a way to keep it going with sales. But for at the moment, the plan is to shut it down temporarily. It is definitely a temporary shutdown in March, just so it's less on my plate, so I can get more time in writing, and then I don't have to worry so much about trying to make up the income for hosting the merch shop. So that's it. I'll probably do another update when I get back from Sapporo, to be completely honest. But for right now, we'll say I'll see you guys in March for your next update. Comment below if you have any questions, any feedback. I'd love to hear from you guys. What are you guys doing this February? Anything fun, exciting? Have you been skiing? Have you been snowboarding? How hard is snowboarding? My son wants me to go with him. Send advice. Have a good one, guys.